For decades, the Bangsamoro struggle was defined by survival. An entire generation of potential leaders and innovators came of age in an environment where personal safety was the only meaningful priority. The cost was a constant state of displacement. Families were pushed out of urban centers and into precarious makeshift camps, living in a permanent state of transition that stalled any hope of regional development. Checkpoints and borders became the new landmarks of daily life. This physical isolation created a fractured society where communities were forced to look inward, hiding away from a world defined by fear and restriction. While a formal peace agreement silences the weapons, the signing ceremony is only the first step. Ink on paper cannot automatically dismantle the social and geographical barriers built up over 50 years of conflict. The creation of the new BARMM region represents a historic victory, but these early years are incredibly vulnerable. Transitional governments often face their greatest threats not from external enemies, but from internal collapse. We see this vulnerability in the resurgence of factionalism and intense political maneuvering. Ongoing land disputes between different groups continue to threaten the stability of the new regional government. Because political power in the region is still heavily tied to specific local and tribal strongholds, there is currently no neutral ground where these competing interests are required to mingle. Without a shared physical center, the groups stay in their own bubbles, and the regional identity remains fractured. To bridge these internal divides, the BARMM government requires a physical foundation that anchors the community, a space designed to pull these disparate interests into a single, unified system. This is the goal of the Landas project in Parang, Maguindanao. It is a 150-hectare flagship development designed to act as the missing central hub for the entire region. This satellite map shows the geographical logic. Landas is positioned at a crucial intersection on the coast. It sits directly between the new BARMM regional government seat to the south and the Palak Freeport to the north, creating an economic triangle linking administration and trade. By placing a massive economic hub in this geographic void, the project links the financial success of competing political factions to the health of a shared asset. Cooperation becomes the most profitable path for everyone involved. The layout of this city acts as a social blueprint. The physical boundaries of the urban environment are designed to encourage a specific type of daily interaction. A major component of this design is the university zone, occupying over 164,000 square meters of the development. This zone is designed to pull the most talented youth from every corner of the Bangsamoro into a shared campus. By learning and living together, these students begin to form a collective identity that transcends their local or tribal origins. This integration continues on the streets. The master plan utilizes 30-meter-wide primary roadways, focusing on accessibility. Look at the allocation for shaded pedestrian lanes and dedicated bicycle paths. This infrastructure forces residents to interact face-to-face, naturally eroding the social silos that flourished during the conflict years. These design choices are directly tied to the region's economic targets. By providing specialized spaces for small and medium enterprises, the layout creates the necessary environment to drive the labor force participation rate toward the regional goal of 75 to 78%. Landas functions as a physical machine, engineered to generate an inclusive economy and provide the infrastructure for a unified society. For decades, the geography of the Bangsamoro was defined by isolated military camps. Today, the needs of the region have shifted away from fortification and toward integration. While former conflict zones are being repurposed into villages, Landas offers a clean slate. It is a space designed from its first brick to be untainted by the traumas and territorial disputes of the past. It is an incubator for the next generation. Here, the boundaries between living, working, and education are removed to nurture the progressive ideas the region needs to thrive. The ultimate outcome is a generation of Bangsamoro youth whose primary identity is tied to a shared, prosperous future, rather than the isolated political factions of their ancestors. Lasting peace in the BARMM will not be won behind closed doors. It will be built on the walkable streets and university lawns of Landas, where a new society is finally being engineered together.